Ah, Sega, once the biggest rival for Nintendo in the early 90s, now just a third-party developer like most and the butt of all jokes. We all know Sega was big and nearly beat Nintendo in one of the greatest console wars the industry has seen. We all know Sega liked to innovate with their consoles. We all know Sega liked to make great games. Well, that's not completely true. Everybody loves the underdog, and when the Sega Dreamcast released back in 1998, or 1999 for everyone but Japan, special ones, it was anxiously hoping to make a profit before Sony's PlayStation 2 was released, and sadly, that wasn't the case. The PS2 arrived with a bang and like a juggernaut, and despite being hard to program for, it had a massive marketing campaign and slaughtered the Dreamcast and Sega themselves out of the console market. For many old Sega fans, their 2012 end of the world was when Sega discontinued the Dreamcast and left the market for good in 2001. Yet the Dreamcast is arguably one of the most overlooked and underrated consoles of all time, and this was my first Sega console and first properly owned console. Screw you PS4, jokes, I love you. But why would you buy a Dreamcast game in 2018 when you got all the modern consoles with $60 games that are the same shit each year with microtransactions? Take that, EA. More like EA Sports. To the court! So yeah, on the exact day of the 20th anniversary of the Dreamcast, at least in Japan, us rest of the world lads have to wait till next September, I'm going to go over 5 reasons why I bought a Dreamcast in 2018 and why you should as well. Just before the video starts, I'd like to say thank you for the support in terms of views for these videos, and also we've hit 10,000 views altogether, which is amazing. For me at least. Also, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more retro content and modern gaming content as well. Comment what you think about the Dreamcast and enjoy. Without further ado,
let's get ready to rumble!
Number 5. Sega. My list, my choices. Sega was one of the reasons for buying a Dreamcast, and I'll explain why. They were the sole reason why I got back into the Sonic franchise in late 2016, and have always stuck out to me as better than Nintendo. I still love both of them anyway, don't hate me. So at least Sega interact with their fans on Twitter, admit to their past mistakes, and they don't copyright strike videos on YouTube! Heck off, Nintendo! It's not a great reason, that's why it's at number 5. But for me, a love of a company is enough to buy their games consoles. I understand that for most video game companies, Sega is a great example. They care about their older consoles, like Nintendo, except not with their franchise, but Nintendo doesn't care about old franchises either. They put so much effort trying to make the new hot thing back in the day on the market, and it paid off mostly. Yeah, no. The Dreamcast had so much love and care put into it, as well as having lots of what I'm going to talk about later on this list. So yeah, not a great point, but the love of Sega is a good reason to make you buy a Dreamcast in 2018. Also, it's cheap, it's got an amazing looking design. Wait, this isn't in the video. Number 4. I don't have a lot to say about this either, as my poor wallet is empty at this point, and it costs a lot of time and money to ship it outside the US. But number 4 reason to buy a Dreamcast is the fact that you can still play Dreamcast games online. Yeah, I know, it's insane and it's amazing. The Dreamcast was the first ever console to have online gameplay connectivity with some of its games and other functionalities, and the fact that they're still going strong today is amazing. The actual thing is called Dreamcast Now. I'll leave all their things in the description, and it involves Raspberry Pi. Again, go to the description to find out more. I'm not the best. I'm on the actual website now, and I'll just show you all the main stuff. So here we have the current games that are online now. There are currently, if I'm correct, 25 games that you can still play online, 21 that are real people, and the other 4 are just downloads. Then we have events, 2 specific, Quake Arena and Phantasy Star Online, 2 games night and a sports one, and then we also have leaderboards, downloads, and we also have a shop as well. Playing a Dreamcast Online like it's back in the early 2000s must be amazing, and though I'm yet to experience it, it looks to be a lot of fun. So that's the number 4 reason why I bought a Dreamcast, and why you should too. Number 3. The dedicated fan base and the dedicated community. Honestly, the Dreamcast has the most rabid fan base for any video game console ever. That's a good thing then. Sega has a lot of dedicated fans that stick by them no matter what, myself included, and will give them the benefit of our doubt most of the time. The Dreamcast is no exception and surprisingly has an active community that's still going strong today. I've already mentioned the online portion of the community through Dreamcast Online, which is awesome even though I've never played it and around 300 people use it. That's still better than most consoles that had online features, like the PS2. You killed Sega! How could you? Then there is the impressive homebrew community, which is still pumping out games every year, and these homebrew games are genuinely amazing, not some half-assed creations. With the ROM sites, the ISO Zone and Empuridice going down, it's hard to get these, but with standout titles like Sturmwind, Rush Rally Racing and the one I own, Gunlord, there's a decent reason to buy these homebrew titles. And then there are the two websites, the Dreamcast Junkyard and Dreamcast Talk, which you can have amazing discussions and read a lot about the Dreamcast and interact with those who love the console as well. And those are my reasons why a dedicated fanbase and a dedicated community is a reason to pick up the Dreamcast in 2018. Number 2. Innovation. This was a brilliant reason to pick the Dreamcast up when it launched, and it's still a good reason. It's just so damn innovative. It had so many things that influence video gaming today, and we're going to go over them now. Firstly, the main topic, online capabilities. Easy list. You could play games online, the first console that could. 78 games had online multiplayer features, impressive for the first console that did so, and this online multiplayer format would be utilised in Microsoft's original Xbox and every other console that's come afterwards. There was voice chat in games such as Planet Ring and Alien Front Online. DLC, downloadable content, started here on the Dreamcast and gave games extra fun value. Like, for example, in Sonic Adventure you could download event courses for events like Halloween or the game's launch. Many games also had online leaderboards. Most are down, but they are gradually being restored one by one by Dreamcast Online. Give this console a thought when you download DLC. Look at online leaderboards or play a game online. This console started it all. The innovation also didn't stop at the online features. The VMU, Visual Memory Unit for you and I, was a Dreamcast second screen and was used to save game files, as well as showing information like your health in Resident Evil Code Veronica, and had minigames to play outside the controller, though they ate batteries just as much as the Sega Game Gear did. The second screen would later be used in the Nintendo Wii U. The Dreamcast was amazingly innovative for its time, and it's a shame it didn't sell more. But for now, the number one reason to buy a Dreamcast in 2018 is... Number 1! The number one reason for buying a Dreamcast in 2018 is the games library. It's obvious, I know, but since this is essentially the main reason why you buy a games console in the first place. But for the Dreamcast, its games library is filled with so many great games, arcade ports, original titles, sequels, multi-platform games, the whole package. So many great titles such as the Sonic Adventure series, Jet Set Radio, Metropolis Street Racers, Shenmue, Skies of Arcadia, the NFL and NBA 2K series. The Dreamcast had amazing arcade ports as well that added extra content and was sometimes superior to the arcade version, like Crazy Taxi and Soul Calibur, and even had games I didn't expect to be fun. An example is Ready to Rumble Boxing by the ill-fated Midway Games. I expected it to be a simple boxing game, but after me and my brother played it, we had the time of our lives beating the crap out of each other. So there we go, 5 reasons to buy a Dreamcast in 2018. If you haven't been convinced by this video, then I'm not going to force you to buy one, but you're missing out, because this nearly 20-year-old console is still thinking. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more great content, comment what you think of the Dreamcast, and what your favourite game for it is, and share this video with your video game loving friends. This is FazeBlue Gaming, dreaming off.